Hi everyone, it's me, Takyre from this video, and this time we're gonna do a guide on Senna. I will present you the two builds possible for Senna, the most optimal. The first one is the Lethality build. As you can see, with now it's no longer Eclipse but Ghostblade. Even with the nerf, Ghostblade is it's better than Eclipse because it gives more move speed. It doesn't give shield, but it gives more lethality, and so it penetrates armor more in early, but in full build Eclipse is kinda better, but it rarely happens that you are full build. After going Humongous Blade, you go Stormizer, because Stormizer is just broken. Even if they nerf the item, is like just too broken. It deals too much damage, the burst and the move speed is just really good. And after that, you would choose either to go Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is less good now, but still was broken on Senna and still one of their best items. Or you go for Lord Dominic. It depends if enemy have a bit of armor, because as you know, Ghostblade doesn't give armor penetration, it only gives lethality, which penetrate a bit of armor, but if enemy have too much armor, you should go for Lord Dominic. But most of the time, if you go this build, is because you are facing squishy, so yeah, it's better to go the second build I will show you if you're facing too much tanky enemy. And last item, you should go Warstone, because Warstone is just too good. It's really broken on lethality build. It gives too much AD, and also stat is really broken. And if you're facing some AP threat like, I don't know, Victor, everything where you can one-shot you on the game, or you're facing enemy with full AP, you can go Malmortus as first, second, 3 or 4 item. It really depends when the enemy is a threat for you. I think you can go armor boots too, if needed against Rengar or shit. Maybe I'm considering Anathema, but it's really rare, so I didn't put in it. Because if Rengar is too feed, maybe you can take that item. And for the second build, it's really easy, there is not much option. It's the on it crit attack speed build of Senna. Before it was Kraken build, now it's Ginzu build. You should use this build when you are facing enemy with a lot of tankiness and armor, because you have AP damage, and yeah, it's really good in long fight, so against tanky enemy, because fight gonna last longer and you will be able to freely DPS. Maybe Warzone can be a last item, I'm not sure. I actually practice a lot this build, but I know because you're playing like on it, you don't have like a lot of AD, so Warzone might not be that good. That's why I take Lord Dominic as last item, but you rarely will get last item because all the item cost a lot in this build. Kinda all for it. I mean, you take Ginzu because it's the main thing of the build. You can maybe switch Kraken and Ginzu. I think Ginzu first is still the best option when you look at win rate, and I mean Kraken scale on level, so it makes sense to go Ginzu first, even if it's scale on critic. So both scale, but I think Kraken scale more, so it should be second item. I don't know with the up if it's gonna change or not. And third item, I'll go Witsen, because Witsen give a lot of. As a third item, you will have a lot of. Also, the on hit damage gonna be huge. You can replace with Bioterka, but I think Witsen is just better than Bioterka, because you will have like AP damage, and you won't be dealing too much AD on enemy champion. I mean, tank, if you're facing something like Malphite, you're gonna have a lot of problem to deal with you if he doesn't one-shot you like he can with Malphite. That's kinda all for the attack speed build. There is the third build. I mean, the locket build didn't change, so you can look at my other video if you want to see the locket build. I think it's not that great. It's still I'm not fan of it, but it still works. So if you want to play locket, just go for it. Look at my other video if you want to see the build. And for now, don't the item you should not build. Airsteel, as I always say, is dog shit. You don't have the range. It doesn't give. You're not that tanky. Mortal Reminder, you have bad stats. It's really hard to proc the counter heal. Your teammate have just better item to proc counter heal. You should. I mean, counter heal should not be on Senna. It's just too bad. A lot of people actually play Ehelia. It might be the less worst item in this thing, because the thing is, it worked on Senna because Elia was like super broken, but since they kind of nerf it, and it's not really a good item for Senna. It should not be played like that. But if you're fan of Enchanter Senna, you can play it. But I think Locket with Redemption should be better. But the thing is, it's really hard to know which one will be the best, because like no one played, because it's not optimal build. Yeah, as I said, if you play for fun, okay, why not? But if you play for tryhard and shit in solo queue, just don't play this kind of item. A lot of people actually think Infinity Edge should be a good mythic, but before the patch, it was actually an item you don't really build anymore, because Dominic was better, and in Krake build there was like way better option. And since they make it a mythic, but they didn't change anything on the item. I mean, Ginzu, they make it like super broken, and Infinity Edge they just let it like that. So why the fuck would I want to go Infinity Edge? There is like Ghost Blade and other items who are just better. And kind of the same with Navori. It was dog shit before, and it's still dog shit. I don't really understand why people play it. I know it's lots of people be like, oh, I'm gonna play Navori plus Runan because haha, I can spam my Q spell, yoo-hoo, and have no damage because yeah, you don't have damage with this build. And a lot of people say, oh, okay, I can spam my Q and heal my ally. Well, yeah, but you can go Yumuga's Blade and have like way more healings than going this Navori shit. Okay, I don't really understand why people play Navori. And the last thing, the static shiv, you don't really see it, but yeah, I think you figure out this shiv. The item have AP scaling damage, which you don't take AP on Senna, so it's bad. You don't need wave clear your support. I mean, maybe for ADC, but I'm not gonna talk about ADC. Like I always say, I'm not an ADC player, so if you want to know how to build Senna as ADC, talk to ADC Senna player, because I only play support. But yeah, static Shiv is really dog shit on her because it's scaled on AP. She doesn't have AP. And for the rune, it's always the same. Fleet, presence of mind, alacrity, cut down. And you should go resolve. I know people want to play inspiration, but I think it's dog shit and it's a bait. And it's not dog shit, it's just less good than resolve. You can play it, it's still good, but I really think resolve is like way better. Well, that was all for this guide. Hope you like it. Leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe. I need like 1k subscriber. It could be really good, so I can get YouTube partner. Well, that was. See ya.